Section number 17, word problems. Just get right into it. Translate the words into an equation and then solve it. When 12 is added to twice a number, the result is 22. The result is 22. Find the number. Find the number. A number we'll call n. You can call it x, you can call it y, you can call it some letter from the Greek alphabet, you can call it Harvey, call it whatever you like. It's just a name. Just don't call it 7. Twice n. That means 2 times. Twice means 2 times. So it says when 12 is added to 2n. There is 2n. Look what I'm doing. I'm adding 12 to it. 12 is added to 2n. I am not adding 12 to 2n down here. I am adding 2n to 12. When twice a number is added to 12. That's not what it says on top. It says 12 is being added to something. When 12, I'm just reading this, when 12 is added to twice a number, the result is, that means equal, the result is 22. So 2n plus 12 is 22. You should know that's 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. 2n must be 10. 2 times some number is 10. 2 times 5 is 10. The n is 5. And we can double check it. When 12 is added to twice a number, twice 5 is 10. The result is 22. That is correct. 10 plus 12, 22. Every time. You need to be able to read these equations that you come up with back into words and make sure it matches the words you were given. When 7 is subtracted, from 3 times a number, the result is, say, 14. So the result is 14. Find the number. When 7 is subtracted from something, namely this. So 7 is subtracted from something. And the result is 14. Well, what is 7 being subtracted from? Well, a number is n. 3 times n is 3n. So 7 is being subtracted from 3 times a number. The result is 14. That is, it equals 14. Well, you really should know that 21 take away 7 is 14. Because I don't care what is in this circle. Something take away 7 is 14. It's 21. 21 take away 7 is 14. That is, 3n must be 21. You really hate that? Fine, add 7 to both sides. The right side is 21. That cancels out. You get 3n equaling 21. Just like I said. 3 times 1 equals 21. 3 times 7 is 21. Say n is 7. Now let's make sure it makes sense. when 7 is subtracted from 3 times a number. The number is 7. We just learned that. The result is 21. No. The result is 14. Oh, 21 minus 7. Is 21 minus 7 14? Well, let's see. Borrow 11 for 14. What do you know? Getting good at this. So the number is 7. 3 times a number. Whenever you see the words a number, you replace it with N or X or J, whatever you like. Twice the sum, of an unknown number and 5 is, say, 18. So you're taking twice the sum of an unknown number and 5. You take the sum of this and that. You're taking the sum of an unknown number, which is n, and 5. There's the sum of n and 5. And we're doing twice, that is 2 times, the sum of an unknown number and 5. And that is, that means equal, 18. So 2 times what's in the brackets is 18. What's in the brackets must be 9. 2 times 9 is 18. I couldn't care less what I write in the brackets. It's 9. 2 times 9 is 18. Divide both sides by 2. You get that 18 over 2 is 9. But I don't want to divide. I'm weak at division. I'm much better at multiplication. And after all, I memorized times table. 2 times 9 is 18. So what's in the bracket is 9. Some number plus 5 is 9. Some number plus 5 is 9. Or, say, n is 4. The unknown number is 4. Twice what? The sum of a number and 5 should be 18. Well, 2 times 9, 4 plus 5 is 9. That should be 18. And of course it is. 2 times 9 is 18. So there's the check, and it worked. Suppose I tell you that in this rectangle, the length of a rectangle is twice its width. The length of a rectangle is twice its width. If the perimeter is 24 meters, find the length, which is L, and the width, which I'll denote by W. So, the length of the rectangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, is just L. The length of the rectangle, L. Its width is W. So that first sentence says L is twice W. The twice means 2 times. And is means equal. L is 2 times W. The word is, that means equal. And twice means 2 times. You need to know your vocabulary and not panic. The length of a rectangle, that's L, is, that's equal. Twice means 2 times. Its width is W. L equals 2W. I didn't do anything hard there. You just must know your vocabulary. The length of a rectangle, which is L, is twice the width. And they tell us the perimeter is 24 meters. So let us draw this. Here's the width, and the length is twice the width. Now, when it comes to computing perimeters, I only like to go halfway. I only want to go halfway. So 2W plus W, half the perimeter, 2W plus W should be half the perimeter. Well, half of 24 is 12. So it's 12. 2W plus W is 3W. 3 times W is 12. Oh, 3 times 4 is 12. So now I know W, it's 4 meters, and L is 2 times W. 2 times 4 is 8 meters. So I answered the question. I found L and W. But to go from to get this equation, it's very, very simple. I can even read it backwards. The length of a rectangle is, 2 times means twice. The length of a rectangle is twice its width, or twice their width. I see students panic like you wouldn't believe when it comes to translating that first sentence. They're not taking it easy. They want it to be hard. They're like, it's got to be hard. Nonsense. If I can do it, it's not hard. Trust me. The length of a rectangle, is 2 more than twice the width. The length of a rectangle is 2 more than twice the width. If the area is 60 square inches, find L and W. Find L and W. The length of a rectangle is L. Is means equal. So it says L equals 2 more than something. 2 more than twice the width. Well, twice means 2 times, and the width is W. So L equals 2 more than 2W. 2 more than 2W. Well, here's 2W, and here's 2 more. The length of the rectangle is 2 more than twice the width. I can read it backwards. So that's what we have. That is what we have. The width is W, and the length we just learned is 2W plus 2. For the record, when I factor out the 2, is 2 times W plus 1. And the area, you need to know the formula for the area. A for area, okay? The area of a rectangle length times width. The area in our case is 60 inches, and the length is 2 times W plus 1, and that's the length, all of that's the length, and the width is just W. So 60 is equal to 2 times this. This must be 30. 2 times 30 is 60. Just divide by 2 and you'll see that. 30 is equal to W plus 1 times W. And how I see this, now you should not, unless your teacher insists, you should not multiply this out and factor or use a quadratic formula or complete the square or factor by grouping. You shouldn't do anything like that. W is some number. This number is one more. I'm thinking of a number and one more than that number. And when I multiply it, I get 30. You know what? I know that. 5 and 5 times 6. W is 5. W is 5. The width is, W plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. So I know that the width is 5. And the length is 2 times 6, or 12. Now, for the record, there are 2 other numbers. -6, and one more is -5. When you multiply those 2 numbers, you also get 30. But what would it mean for the width of a rectangle to be -6? But mathematically, if all you're given is this equation right here, the solution to this equation is W is 5 or W is -6. But since this is a physics problem, that is, W has meaning behind it. It's the width of a rectangle. That is, it's the length of a side of a rectangle. What would it mean for the side of a rectangle to be -6 inches? This one is gone. W is 5. Okay, let's do another problem just like that. Whenever you have a problem, you should try to understand what it's asking. Sometimes it's asking something very, very simple, and you're going to go and do some mechanical stuff to it, because that's how you were taught to do it. I understand that. But sometimes you don't have to do the mechanical stuff. It's kind of obvious. Let it be 120. That says 120, please. Here's some number, and I'm multiplying it by 2 more. A number times 2 more, by 3 times 2 more, or 8 times 2 more. And I'm supposed to get 120. Well, here I got way below 120, so I tried larger numbers, 8 and 10. This gives me 80. Oh, that's closer. Maybe it's 9. 9 times 2 more. Why, that's 99. Still not quite there. Oh my, 10 times 2 more. 2 more than 10 is 12. 10 times 12, there it is, 120. Remember, K was the smaller one. K was the smaller number, that's the bigger number. So one answer is K can be 10. Another answer is -10, -12 times 2 more. 2 more than -10 is not -2 more than -12 is not -14. It's -10. And that product is also 120. So, K can also be -12. Now, if the value of K has some physical meaning, you may have to reject one or the other, or possibly both. there's a nice way of solving such a problem. And it's being involved in the problem. Let's try one more. A number times 2 less is 63. You might start off thinking, what numbers multiply up to 63? 1 in 63, 2 no, 3 in 21, no 4, no 5, no 6, no 7, no 8, 7, yes. 7 times 9. Oh my. That's the same as 9 times 7. Here's a number, and there's 2 less. A number times 2 less should be 63. So one answer is k can be 9. Because then you would have 9 times 7, and that really does equal 63. But you know what? Negative 7 times 2 less than negative 7 is negative 9. That also equals 63. So k can be 9 or k can be negative 7. And this is a complete understanding of this initial problem. You can say in words what it's asking. You have a number and you multiply it by 2 less. You get 63. Yeah. You can say 3 times 2 less, 4 times 2 less than 4, 5 times 2 less, 6 times 2 less, 7 times 2 less, which is 5, 8 times 2 less, 9 times 2 less, and say, there it is, that's 63. This is 3, this is 8, 15, 24, 35, 48, 63. One answer is k can be 9. You think about the other answer, you get negative 7. You don't have to FOIL out and then use some formula, whether it be factoring or quadratic formula. No. Suppose there are 2 consecutive integers. There are 2 consecutive integers. There are 2 consecutive integers such that twice the first integer, minus the second integer, is 8. Well, if you let n equal the first integer, now consecutive integers would be 7 and 8, 19 and 20, negative 8 and negative 7. Integers one after another. That is, if you have an integer and you add 1, you get the next integer. 7, add 1, get the next integer. Negative 8, add 1, get the next integer. So if n is the first integer, n plus 1 is the second integer. So now that I have this, I can go back to my equation, fit into my words, and update it. It says twice the first integer. Well, the first integer is n. So I don't know why I wrote 2. Well, I do know why I wrote 2. I'm thinking ahead. Twice means 2. The first integer is n. Twice means 2 times n. 2n. So 2n minus the second integer. The second integer is n plus 1. The first integer minus the second integer, this means equal. Equals 8. Well, 2n, and you have to take away everything in the second bracket. 2n, take away n, that's 1n. But you also have to take away the 1. Leaves you 8. This is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. N is 9. So the first number is 9, and the next one, which is the first number is 9, and the next number is 10. And we can check it out in words. It says twice the first integer, 2 times the first integer, minus the second integer, which is 10, is 8. See, we're right. 18 minus 10, yeah, that's 8. 8 equals 8. Know your vocabulary. Know that minus means that little horizontal line. Know that twice a number, twice means 2 times. Triple a number means 4 times. Suppose you come to know that the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 48. Find the 3 numbers. Now, most people will tell you to do it this way. Let n equal the first number, add 1, so n plus 1 is the second number, add 1 to that, get the next one. 1 plus 1 is 2. So n plus 2, that's the third number. Add these up. N plus n plus n is 3n, plus 1 plus 2 is plus 3. And this should be 48. Well, then that's 45. 45 plus 3 is 48. You take away 3 from both sides, and you will see that what I circled is 45. 45 plus 3 is 48. Well, as 3 n's are 45, n is 15, because 3 times 15 is 45. So n is 15, n plus 1 is 16, n plus 2, 15 plus 2 is 17. Now, maybe it's not such a big deal, but we had the plus 1 and the plus 2, and we had 3 that we had to get rid of. How I like to do it is, since there's an odd number of numbers, there's 3 numbers, I'd rather let n equal the second number, the middle number. So then 1 less will equal the first number. And 1 more than the middle number, n plus 1, that will be the third number. Now, why do I think this is a little bit better? Well, if you take away 1 and you add 1, that's 0. So all you have is n plus n plus n, which is 3n. And that equals 48. The sum of the 3 numbers is 48. 3 times 16 is 48. Except n is 16. And we called n the middle number. The top number is n minus 1. 16 minus 1 is 15. And the bottom number is n plus 1. 16 plus 1 is 17. Now you may say, wait a minute, come on, you made a mistake. You got different answers for n. Yes, I got different answers for n. And I'm supposed to get different answers for n. Because in the first case, I called n the first number. And in the second way I did it, I called n the second number. You define n differently, you're going to get different answers for n. But in the end, I got the same 3 numbers, 15, 16, and 17. I did get the same 3 numbers. That didn't change and should not change. One problem, one answer. I don't care how many different ways you do it. You have to get the same answer. This isn't statistics. This is math. Math has one answer. Okay, on that note, that actually completes the section on word problems.